Hello everyone, welcome to the Street Crime UK YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more exciting true crime content. Today we're looking at a drug smuggler who sailed a yacht stuffed with tens of millions of pounds worth of cocaine across the Atlantic and has been ordered to pay back more than £328,000. Gary Swift and his shipmate Scott Kilgour were on board the SY Artrivedo, anchored off the Pembrokeshire coast, when customs officers swooped on them in the early morning raid. The pair had just sailed to Welsh waters from Suriname in South Africa with more than 750 kilograms of high purity cocaine hidden in every available storage space in the boat, even the fridge. But unbeknownst to the smugglers, their activities had been under surveillance from law enforcement agencies for weeks. The wholesale value of the Class A haul was said to be around £24 million, with a street value of perhaps 60 million. In January last year, Mr. Swift and Mr. Kilgour were sentenced to a total of 33 years in prison. The Liverpudlian pair returned to Swansea Crown Court this week via video link from Long Larton Prison in Worcestershire for a Proceeds of Crime Act hearing. Tim Evans, prosecuting, said that the value of the cocaine being shipped by the defendants was put at £24,434,000. Financial investigators had uncovered Swift-owned assets to the value of £328,000, including 3 boats, the Artrivedo among them, 5 caravans at various sites in the north of England, a Heimer mobile home, and a registration number plate JAS5. These assets will now be sold by the National Crime Agency. Judge Paul Thomas QC made a confiscation order in the amount of £328,000 and gave Swift 3 months to pay. Though accepted the sale of the assets was out of the defendant's hand, the judge said it should be noted that the value of the drugs seized did not mean the 2 sailors had benefited from the smuggling operation by that amount. The Proceeds of Crime Act matters against Mr. Kilgour were adjourned to a date to be fixed so a final figure for his available assets can be agreed. A previous POCA hearing heard details of a property in France which the prosecution suggested Mr. Swift had interest in, but which Mr. Kilgour claimed he owned, having paid £20,000 for it. However, the owner of the property in question maintained the sale was never completed. On that occasion, Judge Thomas said that the property dispute was one for the French courts to resolve. Swansea Crown Court previously heard how Mr. Swift of No Fixed Abode and Mr. Kilgour of Bedford Close were arrested shortly before 3 AM on August 27, 2019, when Border Force officers intercepted their yacht near St. Bride's Bay in Pembrokeshire. The boat was towed to Fishguard Harbour and searched, with officers uncovering a total of 751 1-kilo packages of high purity cocaine, hidden in every available storage space in the vessel, even the fridge. Mr. Swift, who was described at the earlier sentencing as a bankrupt builder who had been talked into getting involved into the scheme by a customer at a hotel in Chester he had owned. He had been on the radar of law enforcement agencies since 2017 when he had brought another boat, called the Mistral, and sailed to Suriname before coming back across the Atlantic. The prosecution believed this was a dummy run for what was to come, and though no drugs were recovered, the defendant's behaviour, along with items recovered from the yacht, including anti-surveillance devices, led police to take an interest in his activities. The £60 million drug run itself began in December 2018 when Mr. Swift and Mr. Kilgour and a number of other people took the ferry from Dover to Calais before heading for Spain. Mr. Swift subsequently bought the Artrivedo from a man in Mallorca for €50,000 and registered the craft in Mr. Kilgour's name. The following March saw Mr. Swift fly to Suriname via Amsterdam, spending a week in the South American country before jetting home. While the defendant was in the former Dutch colony, he texted friends back in Merseyside, talking about a house he was planning to buy there and discussing where he should put the swimming pool. Then in June 2019, Mr. Swift, aged 53, and his 41-year-old Scouse shipmate Mr. Kilgour travelled once more to Spain before setting sail for the South American border aboard the Artrivedo to collect their Class A cargo. The boat was moored in the Canary Islands between June 20th and June 22nd and then dropped anchor in Cape Verde on July 4th. By July 20th, Swift's mobile phone was active in Suriname, a country described in court as an established transport hub for exporting wholesale quantities of Class A drugs. Mr. Swift's mobile was picked up again just over a month later when it used a phone mast near St. David's in Pembrokeshire at 2:38 AM. On August 27th, Mr. Swift again used his phone just as Border Force officers were approaching the Artrivedo. What do you think about this pair of drug smugglers and their pretty insane £24 million or street value £60 million haul?
Thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like and a share, and leave any thoughts or suggestions you have in the comments section. We love to read through them all. And if you're new but enjoy UK true crime content, then subscribe to see when our newest video releases. And as always, stay safe.